A warm welcome to Celebrity Updates. Please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you do not miss the latest updates and hot gossip on the Kardashians and your favorite celebrities. In a move that is simultaneously shocking, deeply personal, and a masterclass in calculated celebrity drama, Kim Kardashian has unmasked herself as the anonymous, high-roller bidder who successfully purchased a historic Bible once belonging to O.J. Simpson. The highly anticipated revelation came on the latest episode of the Hulu series The Kardashians, solving a mystery that had captured the attention of fans and auction watchers across the nation. The previous episode of the reality series had focused on the 45-year-old reality star's dramatic, and initially failed, attempts to purchase the Bible outside of the official auction. The auction featured various items belonging to the former NFL legend and accused murderer O.J. Simpson, who died in 2024 at the age of 76, and was organized by his estate executor. Kim's initial attempts to bypass the public sale and purchase the artifact privately were rejected. However, the billionaire businesswoman ultimately got the last laugh, as she was easily able to pay the final sale price after it had soared far above its initial estimates. The Bible sold at auction for an eye-popping $80,000. This final sale price was more than 5 times Kim's original private offer of $15,000, and still well above the $30,000 she had previously told the production crew she was willing to spend. Interestingly, Simpson's lawyer subsequently took a very public swipe at Kim, months after the episode was filmed, for her difficulty in passing the bar exam. He was presumably unaware at the time of his comment that Kim had ultimately succeeded in obtaining the Bible after her initial direct private offers were denied. Scroll a startling discovery in her father's Bible. Kim chose to reveal her clever secret while touring her currently under renovation home with her daughter Chicago, who is 7 years old. In a confessional interview, Kim explained that the renovation process had been treated as a bonding and legacy-building opportunity for her children. Her son, Saint, who is 8 years old, had previously gone through the under-construction home to write positive messages on the exposed beams that would eventually be covered over. Kim noted that she wanted her kids to look back on the house as a happy and positive place where they left a piece of themselves. Now, it was Chicago's turn to leave some uplifting sentiments around the house. As the mother and daughter dropped by the kitchen and sat around the breakfast nook, Kim pulled out a thick envelope. Inside the envelope, secured within a plastic bag, was the prize, her late father's Bible, which was bound in brown leather. Kim revealed that she had just received the Bible and had not even had a chance to open it before showing it to Chicago. She then looked directly into the camera and confirmed the news that had been the subject of speculation for weeks. So if anyone is wondering who won that O.J. Simpson auction, you best believe it is me. She also added this confirmation to her somewhat confused daughter. Kim went on to suggest that the executor of Simpson's estate, Malcolm Laverne, was the person who had leaked her emails detailing her desire to bypass the auction and buy the Bible directly. While examining the book and flipping through its pages, Kim made a truly startling discovery about the Bible's provenance. Initial belief. Kim had previously been led to believe that her late father, Robert Kardashian, had purchased the Bible and gifted it to O.J. Simpson, complete with an inscription to the defendant. The reality. Once she held the actual item in her hands, Kim realized the truth. This was her father's personal Bible. His name was inscribed in gold lettering directly on the front cover, making it a much deeper and more personal family heirloom than she had originally understood. Kim went on to explain why she had resorted to a secretive, anonymous bidding process. After being turned down by the executor, Laverne, she became even more determined to get the personal family heirloom back. She realized that if it were publicly known that she was the one actively bidding on the item, the price would certainly skyrocket. Therefore, opting for anonymity was a smart strategic move to keep the final price from spiraling further out of control. As she continued to inspect the volume, she noticed handwriting inside the text that was unfamiliar. "This is not my dad's writing," she said in a bemused voice. She then concluded, "So it must be O.J.'s," indicating the notes were likely made by Simpson himself. The shapewear mogul then had to address the elephant in the room for her daughter. Kim turned to Chicago and, with a soft smile and a gentle tone, explained the significance of O.J. Simpson to the family's history, saying, "He went to jail. It is a long story. I will tell you when you are older." Chicago, seemingly inspired by the Bible reveal and the Positivity Project, wrote, "I heart you Jesus," on a beam before the two left the construction site.
Regalo a surprise for Khloe, the perfect love language.
Kim revealed that she had an even bigger plan for the Bible. She was so determined to acquire the book because she wanted to give it as a gift to her sister, Khloe Kardashian. It was Khloe who had originally put the auction on Kim's radar, making her aware of the opportunity to retrieve a piece of their late father's history. Kim then concocted a second secret plan. She would surprise Khloe with the Bible during their family's Easter celebration. The Easter event was being held at her sister Kourtney's home in Palm Springs. Notably, Kourtney was skipping the celebration to spend the holiday, which also happened to be her birthday, with her husband, Travis Barker, and their blended family. In a confessional, Kim explained that giving gifts is her love language, which fueled her desire to execute the surprise perfectly. She brought the Bible along in her bag after deciding to trick her family into having everyone read from a prayer book. This would be the opportune moment to whip out Khloe's gift. Kim added that her sister still did not know she was the anonymous auction winner, which made her even more excited to unveil the surprise.
Cara de santo, the moment of revelation.
Kim and Khloe were the first of the Kardashian children to arrive at Kourtney's home, following their mother, Kris Jenner. The three sat across from each other at a long dining table while employees busied themselves preparing the house for the rest of the gathering. Kim seized her moment to surprise Khloe, but her sister very nearly ruined the carefully planned surprise. Khloe instantly objected to the idea of having to read from a Bible, not realizing the significance of the book Kim was pressing her to open.
A clueless Khloe que en plan, you really love to ruin everybody's vibe.
In her own confessional, Kim responded, calling her sister such a brat. Despite Khloe's protestations and a hesitant Kris Jenner, Kim persevered and kept trying to convince them to read a Bible passage. She finally handed the book to Khloe, who instantly realized what she was holding. Khloe looked completely shocked and admitted she did not understand why Kim had been so persistently pressing her about reading a passage. In her subsequent confessional, Khloe explained the deep meaning of the gift, saying she had almost nothing left over from her father. She said mysteriously that things happened after his death that prevented his children from getting many of his personal belongings. Kris Jenner was clearly touched by the emotional exchange between her daughters. She was quick to praise Kim, stating that her daughter had the biggest heart and was the most thoughtful and kind. Kris applauded her daughter for thinking deeply about what kinds of gifts and gestures her friends and family would most appreciate. This heartfelt commentary from Kris was then followed by a montage of Kim's past gift-giving escapades. Kim Kardashian's clever maneuver to secure this important piece of her family's personal history, a piece tied to one of the most defining and dramatic periods of her father's life, shows her tenacity and her deep, yet often privately expressed, devotion to her family. Thank you for watching Celebrity Updates. Would you like me to find out what Robert Kardashian's connection to O.J. Simpson was?